Everyone wants to be smarter, to think sharper, solve faster, and see what others miss. But intelligence isn't just about IQ or speed. It's about clarity. It's about learning to think in a way that most people never do. And throughout history, there have been certain books, 7 in particular, that shape how your brain works forever. Books that train your perception, sharpen your reason, and expand your vision of life, work, and wisdom. They're not motivational, they're transformational. Welcome to Sethtra Books, where reading becomes the quietest form of power. Book 1, Meditations, by Marcus Aurelius. Written nearly 2,000 years ago by a Roman emperor, Meditations is not just philosophy, it's therapy for the human mind. Aurelius didn't write it for fame. He wrote it to survive chaos, anxiety, and leadership pressure. Every sentence is a lesson in emotional intelligence. He teaches that the mind is your kingdom, and peace begins with perception. When someone insults you, it's not their words that hurt you, but your interpretation. When life feels unfair, it's not punishment, it's training. And when you fail, it's not the end, it's a mirror. Read this book daily, not once. It's the world's greatest mental workout for calmness, control, and confidence. Book 2, Thinking, Fast and Slow, by Daniel Kahneman. In this modern masterpiece, Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Daniel Kahneman reveals how our brains have 2 systems of thought. System 1 is fast, emotional, instinctive. System 2 is slow, logical, deliberate. Most people live trapped in System 1, reacting before they reflect. This book trains you to pause, to think before you decide, and to see through mental biases that quietly control every choice you make. It teaches you to think like a scientist, not a spectator. Every page makes you smarter, not because it fills you with facts, but because it rewires how you see truth. Book 3, The Art of War, by Sun Tzu. Despite its title, this is not a book about fighting. It's about observation, patience, and strategy. Sun Tzu's lessons apply to business, relationships, and even personal growth. He teaches that the best way to win is to understand the battlefield before the battle begins, to prepare so well that conflict becomes unnecessary. It's a manual on reading people, reading situations, and mastering self-control under pressure. Every paragraph is about perspective, how to win by being calm when everyone else is chaotic. In a world driven by emotion and noise, The Art of War makes you intelligent through silence. Book 4, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind, by Yuval Noah Harari. This book pulls you out of your small circle of life and zooms you out 100,000 years. It explains how humans evolved, how stories built civilizations, and how imagination created the modern world. Harari shows that money, religion, nations, even law, are all shared fictions that exist only because people believe in them together. Reading Sapiens teaches humility and perspective. It reminds you that intelligence is not memorizing, it's understanding the story you're part of. You stop living automatically, you start living consciously. Book 5, The 48 Laws of Power, by Robert Greene. No book has divided readers more or educated them faster. It's not about manipulation, it's about awareness. Robert Greene didn't invent these laws, he observed them through history, from Sun Tzu to Napoleon. He teaches that power is everywhere, in offices, friendships, politics, even families, and that understanding it protects you from being used by it. Reading this book doesn't make you cunning. It makes you conscious. It teaches you how to stand your ground in a world that rewards perception over purity. To be smarter than 99% of people, you must see what 99% of people don't see. And this book trains that vision. Book 6, Man's Search for Meaning, by Viktor E. Frankl. This is not just a book. It's a conversation with the soul. Written by a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, it shows how the human mind can find purpose even in suffering. Frankl discovered that meaning, not pleasure, not success, not status, is what keeps us alive. Every page changes your relationship with pain, failure, and fear. When you read it, intelligence becomes compassion. You begin to understand not just how to think, but how to feel deeply without breaking. True wisdom isn't being clever. It's being calm and kind when life is cruel. Book 7. The Republic by Plato. Written almost 2,400 years ago, this is the book that built Western thought. Plato explores justice, morality, and the meaning of truth. He imagines a world where philosophers lead, not because they're rich, but because they're wise. He wrote the allegory of the cave, where most people live chained to shadows, mistaking illusions for reality. To be intelligent, he says, is to break free and see the light, and then help others do the same. Reading The Republic is like meeting your mind for the first time. It challenges you, humbles you, and awakens you. When you read these 7 books, something extraordinary happens. You start thinking in layers, not just reacting. You begin seeing systems, not random events. You become patient, focused, and fearless, not because you're perfect, but because you understand. Each of these books is a mirror that reveals your mental habits and a hammer that breaks them. In a world of scrolling and shortcuts, deep reading is now a superpower. It builds your mind the way exercise builds your body. So, if you want to be smarter than 99% of people, stop collecting quotes and start building thoughts. Read slowly. Reflect deeply. Reread when you forget. And remember this: a single powerful book read 10 times will transform you more than 100 books read once. Here on Sethtra Books, we don't chase viral trends. We study timeless truths. Because every great life begins with a great library. Subscribe, and together, we'll read the pages that change how the world thinks. One book, one mind, one transformation at a time. Learn, reflect, rise. Sethtra Books.